begins a new day in the House of Representatives. John Boehner served with humility and distinction, and we owe him a debt of gratitude.
Did you feel pressure to come up with a decision before the convention?
No, I don't say. I had people on both sides of it. I had friends wishing I wouldn't support him. I had people wishing I would. I really didn't feel any pressure other than my goal is to make sure that we're unified so that we're at full strength in the fall so that we can actually win the election. This to me is about saving the country and preventing a third progressive liberal term, which is what the Clinton presidency would do, but having a victory worth winning.
Did he make any assurances to you about your...
No, this isn't a deal. This isn't one of those. It was basically getting a comfort level of our idea about where the country is headed and where it ought to go. And it's a bit more of an understanding of each other and of these principles and policies. That's, to me, what matters. So there's no kind of an agreement of sorts. It was just needing to spend time with our presumptive nominee to get comfortable with the notion that he would be supportive of the direction we want to go as a party, as a country. These are very important conservative principles that we feel strongly about, and the policies that flow from them, and the agenda that we're going to be crafting in the House.
House, his approval thereof. Pursuant to Clause 1 of Rule 1, the journal stands approved.
The power of the executive is something we feel very strongly about. Not just this president, but mostly this president. The executive branch is stretched beyond its powers. So limiting the power of the executive branch and the proper role of the executive is something I wanted to have a long conversation with him about, and we've had a couple. That to me is a great and important principle that all conservatives and House Republicans care about. So I really wanted to have some conversations about that, and that's a constitutional conversation. The Supreme Court's up for grabs. We wanted to have a conversation about the kinds of judges that he would appoint, and sending the list out that he did, which is a list endorsed by the Federalist Society, sort of the gold standard of conservative judges, was very, very constructive. And then talking about things like our pro-life plank in the platform and issues like that. So there are a list of issues I wanted to go through: separation of powers, the Constitution, conservative judges, core principles, and then the kinds of policies that come from those. And those conversations took some time.
We need to move from an opposition party to being a proposition party. Because we think the nation is